Okay, what is it? I don't remember grabbing you. Okay. Alright, airbrush. Triangle. This a felt tip pen. Tip pen. Pen. Soft. Okay, so Duolingo. It's quite hard to move them. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go away. Okay, so this brush of mine, rename brush. Detail brush. Detail brush, that's what I'm going to name it. Yeah. Do I remember how the fuck did I create this brush? No, I don't. I don't remember. export. So now we have this brush. How did I name you? Detail brush. Detail brush. QR code. There we go. All right. Boop. Okay. Let me just there we go. Oh. No outline. No. Line art. Plus sketching. Plus sketch. Coloring. Coloring. Rendering. Details. Nice. Alright, let's see. Nice. Ew, this doesn't. Goodness. Right, for now we're gonna do this. We're gonna get to the booba later. Hello! Oh goodness, I would have said your user, but I don't know how to pronounce correctly. But welcome! Glad to have you here. So how you doing? What are you drawing this time? I'm not really drawing anything, honestly. I'm just like, I might be doing requests or like, just like doing some silly doodles. Like maybe some like tutorials, explain some things if you're interested. But also like use it for practice purposes, you know? Oh. Leave me alone. There we go. Stop! I'm not pressing anything! Oh, no, that's incorrect. Hi, hello, Zara. Welcome. That is the most shittiest boobs I've ever drawn. I'm ashamed. Oh shit, I should probably... I'm back from school early. Oh, that's great. Welcome back. You can say that I also like kind of finished this my school early, since I'm not sure, but like apparently I was supposed to have 3 hours of math. Like I guess there was, but of course it was not like confirmed, so we like had only 1 hour of math. Basically, only 5 hours of school. Which is great. Alright. Oh, this probably looks horrifying. I'm not like, I'm not a professional at doing realistic drawings on there's teach how to draw. Sure. What do you want me to like draw? That's so good. Thank you. What do you want me to teach you? So there's a lot of things that can be taught. I just need to know first. What do you want me to like show you, teach you? But yeah, I was supposed to like have 3 hours of math. The eye. Oh, but I'm already doing that. Alright, so the way I do it is first of all I start with the main shape of the eye, where I've drawn on the I drawn on the wrong part. 1 second. Alright, let's get rid of the eye right here. So what I did is I firstly drew the eye shape itself, which as you can see it goes like a little curved line, but it's not like fully curved like this. Well, it kinda is, but there's some parts where it goes like the opposite side of the, like if the line goes up, then some parts, for example here, it goes lower, but like just a tiny bit. Like see the difference maybe? And so as we make the line here less the curve here and more lower rather than higher, you can already see like it's starting to already look familiar. So like human eye. And here it really depends on what type of eye. Like on this side it really depends what eye you're drawing. Like it could be Asian eye, it could be a doe eye, ember eye, whatever you want. But I guess we're going for the doe eye for now. So the doe eye, despite like being the quote-unquote the innocent looking line innocent looking eye. Oh, thanks. Of course. It is wait, let me just move this thing real quick. There we go. It still has like a more straighter curve rather than the like a not straight curve, you see? Like here, like we're getting to this part where usually the tears form. Oh, we have to make a completely curved line like this. And here it really depends again what type of eye that you're drawing, but just in case, make a line here and just make a small sharp end. But of course, if you want to make it less sharp, then you just remove the line. So we're gonna mark here. No, this is too low. No, let's go back right here. So once you've drew this curve, make sure not to make it too long like this. We need to make it go a bit upwards, but don't do it. Don't grab too much space with the line, or it won't be exactly correct. But like, it's like a small space, something like this. Yesterday after I left the chat, I cried a bit and I felt a bit better. Well, that's great. That's great. I'm glad you felt better. So yes, after making a small curved line, we move the line downwards, but not so much, because we want to connect those two, the line with the edges of the eye. And basically, so it wouldn't look weird and it would just like be like this. No, like this. While the line is here. So this is the basic shape of the eye, especially if like you're drawing the doe eyes. Maybe this part could be a little bit higher if we try to make doe eyes, but again, I usually do not draw in a realistic art style, so now going to the eye itself. Oh shit, is that it is quite known that the eye itself, the iris and the pupil, they're round, and the eye itself is covered by the eyelids right here, which is why we won't see the whole eye. We're gonna see the middle part of it. But of course, as you see here, I did not follow that rule. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into another layer, so because we'll need this, depending on where you want to place your eye. For example, let's place it right here. Oh no. So this eye is right here. We're gonna grab another color to like show an example. Excuse me. So like show an example. We can have the eye right here. Let's grab another color, blue. Then I can have the eye right here. No, right here. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. And since those parts are not actually visible because they're covered by our skin, we're gonna erase them. Same goes for the other colors. We're gonna erase here. There we go. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our lovely pupil. So the size of the pupil also matters, because if, for example, there's a massive amount of light shining into the eyeball, then it's going to be smaller, something like this or like this. But if like it's a normal like if it's not so light and not so dark, then the usual shape is supposed to be something like this, at least. If it's dark, then heck, even bigger, honestly. Something like this. Well, not like this exactly, but around this size. So what we're looking for is a normal sized shaped pupil, which is around this size, at least. But of course, in the different colors, we're gonna use different, a smaller and a larger pupil. But this will do for now. Nice, nice. So we added the eyeball and we with the ears and the pupil. So since I've mentioned that these parts are covered by our skin, we're gonna now add the eyelids and the place where eye bags appear, unless they're actually called eye bags. So we're gonna make it this size from the starting points, and the middle part, this can be a little bit tricky. So it should be way higher than the rest. Here it's like, it can be pretty confusing, but this part, it's supposed to be something like this. So we also gonna make some space. Yeah, it goes like something like this, at least. Depending on the age, of course, that we're drawing. Age of the person that we're drawing. This is too close to my liking. Let's erase you. There we go. You know what? Let's use the detail brush and quickly shade it right here. Okay, good. Then let's actually add the skin color. We're not gonna like use any actual skin color. We're gonna go with a gray because I don't feel like having problems with people. So we have our gray skin color, your usual YN. Hello, YN. So these parts, we're gonna make him darker. Why? I don't know, maybe insomnia. But actually, because those part of the eyes, they're the most closest to like the inside of it. So it means that the closer it is to the eyeball itself, the redder it gets. So just so you know, if the color is deeper, that means it's way more red. Now my actually favorite part is the highlighting. With the eye, you still have to be very specific when you're highlighting things. Because one mistake can really fuck up your drawing, especially if you're drawing on a piece of paper traditionally, unlike my boring ass. So we do something like this. It's a shitty detail, but you can't blame me. I don't know how to draw realistic eyes on digitally. 1 second. Yeah, it should be something like this, basically. Let's try to make it more realistic for us people who don't know what we're doing. And this part, oh, I hate this part so fucking much, honestly. But the exact part where we cry, this part. Well, so we just line this one a bit. There we go. So as we lined this part, oh, was it so vibrant? Just wow. So, leave me alone notifications. Since the human body is made out of muscles under our flesh, and not like the veins and all of that, it goes like those things. Those are like how our muscles are built, as like those weird lines. And this is what we're gonna like do here. We're gonna add lines. That's creepy. Like, add small amount of shading. And like, we can already see a lovely eye already forming. Now let's grab again our detail brush. And we're gonna just color the eye. But if you're using this brush, like the one that I use, then make sure to do only one singular swipe, because this is the second swipe and it is too dark for the eye. Like, if you want to make it somehow special, all that, then yes, you can do something like this. Fucking Naruto vibes. Like, you do all this type of weird ass things, whatever you want. Yeah, let's get rid of those. So what we want to do now, we go to the edges of the eye and we make it darker, because the iris, it is actually, this is the iris and this is the eyeball itself. And the pupil itself, it is going inside. Like, it is not on outside. It doesn't look correctly. Oh, this looks like a titty. So it is not correct that way. So where was I? Oh, right. The shading, because again, the iris is actually popping out of the eye rather than going inside of it. We're gonna add some shading here as well, because after all, this part is covered by our lovely eyelids that we already added right here. And another important thing, we're gonna add some shading right here as well, because our pupil is something that we see through, making it a hole. This is why it's like dark, because it's quite literally a fucking hole that we see through. So now that we've added, wait, let's make like those edges here way darker. Stop! 1 second. So yes, we are making those parts way darker, so we could do what I'm planning to do. So after we've shaded those parts and added color, let's try out, does this work? Oh yes. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw random length lines all around the thing, and we really need to make a lot of them, like a lot. So let's quickly do that. There we go. This is not exactly like a massive amount of lines, but since the drawing itself is quite small, this is excusable. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add also lines from the pupil. So we have this like weird structure for an eye. Let's make this darker. A weird way to color it. That's why we're also grabbing yet again our lovely detail brush, and we start highlighting, because this bitch needs some really needs one. Let's also, if you're using this brush and you really cannot, like, if it's too weak, don't be afraid to heighten up the opacity of it. For example, as you always seen, I use it on the 1, because already on the 1 opacity it is already too strong. So if you're using like very thin lines, then of course it's not going to be real effective, which is why we're going to use a bigger opacity to make the lines more visible. And also, do not be afraid to like highlight even the darker parts, like just like how I'm doing. And this is where we are right now. And this one is purely your own choice, depending on, again, where is if the eye is exposed to light or darkness. But we're gonna just like add this little tiny bit. The amount of highlights, which is basically what your eye is mirroring, is purely your own very choice. Hello? Use it on two. My bad. So yes. Again, I don't draw with I don't necessarily draw realistically on digital, so this is not exactly my best effort that I did. But yeah. So now we're moving to the oh, I forgot how it's called. It's quite a long word, but to the back part. So, but make sure your highlights are never shadowed. That's just incorrect in many ways. So yes, after you're done shading here a bit, and like on the edges, I will quickly like grab a small eraser because it's a bit too overshaded. So let me just erase where it's not supposed to be and just add a small amount of shading so it will look realistic. Oh shit. Okay, there we go. So what we're gonna do now is eyelashes. So the thing is with eyelashes that... Okay, let's see. Oh fuck no. So eyelashes is something that can be considered quite difficult to draw because of how different they are, and some of them are thick, some of them are not thick. But the trick is that you draw like around this amount of eyelashes at the very first, and we're gonna get to the bottom lashes. Don't worry about that. But for now, we're going to focus on the main eyelash. Let's thicken those boys up a bit. Because they're like the main eyelashes. They're supposed to be visible, kind of. So yes, once we've made the 5 main eyelashes, we can start adding more. And depending on what side you're adding eyelashes at, make sure to make curves where needed. Keep them straight. For example, here, like curve it right here where it needs to be curved. Some of them can be shorter, some of them can be longer. That's the thing with eyelashes. Like, the closer you are to the center, the straighter they need to become. You get my drift? And so as we progress, we can see it becoming a more quote-unquote normal. Okay, let me just... We can see the eyelashes quite forming. How to download the brush? So you take the screenshot of the QR code And basically, if you have an app or something like that, you can scan the QR code and oh no, wait, you basically so you create a new brush, and you see like here, like those three dots, so you press on them and you see import QR code, and so you choose the QR code that you've screenshotted, and it basically does the magic. It does everything for you, basically. So this is kind of shitty right now, but let's just continue. So now the lower eyelash. So we do not start from here. No, we do not. We start from the skin. And do not make them long, because they're like shorter. They're supposed to be small. And so we're just gonna do the same thing as we did. As we did with the upper lashes. We're just gonna so those are a bit tricky, you see. And like you really need to rip your fucking ass off to do basic small eyelashes. But yeah, that's kind of like how I draw a realistic eye. Quite shitty, but we'll do. Okay. Not fuck those. But yeah, that's how I draw eye. But you can also like use different, well, a realistic eye. I think I'll like also draw the eyes that I use with my usual art style. So there's nothing really too hard for the eyes that I normally draw. Like it's somehow resembling the real life art style. Done. Nice. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add another line right here, and depending on the gender of your character, you can make this part like longer, cause eyelashes, like make this part thicker or something like that. Like for example, let me just color this in. Let's also add some thickness here. And this is what we get. And then I just use another line and I make it, like I draw it till I reach the edge of the eye itself. Which, this looks terrible, 1 second. But just like if you're trying to use this method, make sure not to make the eyelashes too long, unless that's your style. So as I add the line here, to make this part less sharper, I add some quote-unquote shading here, layering, making it smooth, as you can see. And that is like deadass how I draw eyes. Well, maybe also like add an eyelid right here, like add a brow right here. Ew. Yeah. And like for the eyelid itself, for the iris itself, the eyeball, I just like use the detail brush. Thanks for the brush. You're welcome. So I could draw in it the eyeball. We're gonna make it like this. So I basically add like different types of stuff depending on what I'm drawing or who I'm drawing. I am adding maybe slit iris, pupil like this, maybe round like this, maybe half like this, half and half. Like for the highlight, I started to use like the infamous method, but depending again on who I'm drawing, I can also make like a highlight around the pupil itself, like also the lines of the eye. It'll be so much easier to make details. It's like around the iris itself. I'm glad to be of help, by the way. But yeah, I'm trying to make it slightly different than the rest. I'm not trying to be like, I'm not like other girls, but and I'm just trying to make it somehow different, you see. Now for like the bodies. For the bodies, I basically just do my own thing. Like, it depends on what I'm starting with, but if I deadass wanna draw the body itself, I start with shapes. Let's actually use like the infamous method, like the peach shape. I don't know how to call this fruit. We have the triangle. We have the square. We got this shape, I guess hourglass shape. Basically we have a lot of options. We have cylinder shape that basically goes like this. Blah, blah, blah. You know, let's start from like my method of drawing bodies, but like without drawing the not like any specific POV, just like the usual front view. So let's start from a woman. So by anatomy, realistically, women have wider bones in testicle area and hips, while the male anatomy, it doesn't, like, they kind of match, you know. And also, like, this part is longer. So let's quickly. So with women, again, depending on the size, if you want like a bit of on the chubby side, we love that. Then I'm not a professional, but like we can do something like this. And like that is the most disappointing hip dip I ever drawn. 1 second. So let's not forget the hip dip. I don't know if I'm drawing it in the correct place. 1 second. Is it supposed to be here? Oh yeah, it's supposed to be here. Oopsie. So sorry, I just get quiet when I'm focused. Also here, it really depends on the male side. When you're drawing the chest, it really depends on what shape you're going for, because if we have a triangle, then of course the chest is going to be bigger than the women's maybe. But right now we're all going for the same shape. And I want to say that I'm also using this as a way to practice my own skill and like improve it. So as you can see, I've drew a woman that is like slightly on the chubbier side. We love that. So what I do to draw the chest, I actually saw this on Pinterest. Someone uses heart to like draw a chest, and like that method really helps me. So credits to that person. And so what we're gonna do with the chest is that it is not really. It's not supposed to be like this. Like, yeah, for some people it's saggier, for some people it's not saggier, but it's fine. So it's going like a balloon. A balloon with water. To explain the best. So as we just imagine a balloon filled with water, and like is hanging off like your neck. That's the best way you can describe it. On how to draw booba. So it's supposed to be something like this. And as we continue, well, as we drew the booba, we can move on back to the legs. So after drawing the hip dip, and we got here. Now, what is important is this part. So for example, if we go just like, okay, why did I turn out good? If you want to make it less realistic and all of that, he melons. Okay, where was I? So if you want to make it less realistic, then yes, go for it. You can just like use straight lines. If you want to make it like a bit more realistic, then it actually goes like this. Or if you deadass want to make it thicker, like if we want those thick legs, then we can use a bit more curvier. Okay, this part doesn't make any sense, so we're gonna quickly fix that up. So yeah, since we drew the body type, let's just so like it won't bother me. There we go. This body type we can keep those. Oh, since it's kind of a part of the body, like those lines. So if we gonna go on the chubbier side with the women, this is like it's how it's kind of supposed to look like. Again, I'm not a professional and I'm still learning, so I might be wrong and you can correct me. Also, am I explaining it somehow like with some understanding, since I'm shit at explaining things? Oh shit, let's not forget the collarbone. There we go. Okay, now with men, since we're still going for this shape. Okay. So the men. Okay, so let me quickly do the men legs, because those shit that really confuses me most of the time. So as we know, we have the deco here. And let me just add the ass here. So the thing is, with men, apparently it's easier. I don't find drawing men easier. So again, we're adding the neck here. Oh shit, wait. Anatomically, men has wider shoulders. So let's fix it up real quick. No, this is too much. So yes, I mean, if the person is scrawny and skinny, then yes, this would be the correct way to draw the body. Okay, so let's go with skinny and scrawny. Not like I'm skinny and scrawny. So the thing here, we just like there's like no curves, so it's very difficult for me, probably because I'm used to drawing curves. That's the problem, I think. So yeah, a man in a drawing doesn't have that much, or a boy, depending like the age of what you're of the character that you're drawing. Male doesn't have that much curves. I mean, we're not gonna talk about fanboys. No hate to fanboys, of course. Love them. There's some nice fanboys that I've met. Because I thought my mom was calling me. So yes, since the deco is being a bit of an obstacle here, we probably just gonna draw the legs in a more straighter manner, something like this. And the V line. And of course, how can I get rid of the hip dip for the men? I believe men also have like hip dip. I should probably look more into male anatomy. Something happened between my cat and my dog. Okay, so this should be something like this. So yeah, adding the listen, I would have added like the parts right here, but I don't want to get age restricted. Since I'm not old enough to even make such content. So we're just like gonna let's add the hot bone, the head part. Oh, then let's add also to her. So, I mean, if you want to add the booba, like some male booba to your character, then go for it. Which is basically just like this. Lovely male booba. What time is it? Oh, it's soon to be 7 p.m. Whew. Next to the collarbone, we also added boop, boop. We also add the lines here. Who dares? What? Oh, okay. That's basically like a very simple way to draw skinny and scrawny. Well, that's not skinny, but it's not so skinny, it's like natural, I guess. And here we have a chubby woman. I don't know why, but I like making the collarbone really pop out. So, oh, the Adam's apple, whatever it's called. Adam's apple. I don't know how the fuck they call it. There we go. Dead. So yes. And if you wanna draw like a back point of view, then you dead ass just like you draw the front point of view. We're not cutting off the booba, don't worry. Because this is my own